going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. How we doing?
Welcome back, baby. New fans, new people, still in the same studio. It's looking good though. Doing a little day cast, a little morning coffee cast.
Yeah, bright and early.
This reminds me of the time I did this I was gonna start like this coffee in a book series.
I remember that you did the book. You were reading it and like you would dissect like the page that you read, and you had your coffee or tea. Or
yeah, I think I did tea, but it was but it was exactly. It was actually dope. Like if I'll like I don't know, maybe link it in the description, but like it was dope. Like bro, I would even like to bring that back one day. It was just bro like. For whatever, I don't know what made me stop, bro. I made this one video. It was a dope video. I did it right there. The book was dope. It was like Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I feel like it was very like helpful. Like that's the helpful shit. I feel like this is like this podcast. I feel like will inspire people to take action, and like taking action would be like watching a video like that where you could actually like learn from I don't claim to be this big smart person. Like I'm a little bit of a dummy. I just work my ass off. So like that's where you can learn is like in the books, But the idea was to present the information in a way that's digestible for people.
Right.
And it was dope. So This is kind of similar vibe.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to start us off with the video you were talking about, the I Am a Champion.
Yeah, so I was thinking this morning. So throughout my entire life, bro, and it's not a secret. Us as athletes, bro, we have something like inside of us, bro. I don't know what it is, and it's actually hard to describe it. But there's like this almost like darkness, I feel like, or this competitiveness, maybe it is the competitive nature. It's like when you look at a video of like Kobe Bryant or Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, LeBron James, Tom Brady, they all have this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like this, it's hard to explain. And I was watching this video today that I used to watch when I was playing football called I Am a Champion. And it's like this high school football coach, like firing his guys up, but like firing them up so much to like, he's giving this incredible speech, like defeat, retreat. Those are not in my words, like I will define myself. Like history will remember me, like it's like this big, like motivational speech. And I'm thinking about like masculinity in today's society, and how I personally feel like that's kind of being outlawed a little bit. And it's like not like, it's just not really cool, I guess. I don't know what it is, but that masculine competitive nature, and maybe it's not even masculine because like Serena Williams has it, but like whatever that competitive nature is that you can find in sports, we need to instill that in kids. And it's fucking terrible, bro, because we're giving away like 8th, 9th, and 10th place trophies. And like the coach isn't giving that fucking huge speech to go out there and become second. Because the truth is, bro, is that like you want to give participation trophies out? Yeah, that's fucking great, right? What happens if you're second place? What happens if you're 10th place in war? You die. What happens if you're second place in war? You die. So I'm not saying that we have to treat life like war or take it that serious, but I am saying that like there is a competitive spirit of life. I'm attributing a little bit of it to like masculinity, which I feel like is being outlawed. And it really is a shame, because just from watching this one video this morning that used to fire me up and bring that out inside of me, all those emotions came back, right? To where now I'm ready to attack the shit out of my day. I'm not ready to go scroll on TikTok. I'm not ready to, do anything that doesn't push the needle forward or get me to where I have to go.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a shame, because people have a real tough time working hard right now. And I think it's because they lack that competitive nature.
Yeah. Do you, like, after you saying that, do you think it's like an issue though? Because sure, it could be an issue as a whole in society, but us that have that edge and have that character trait, it almost gives us the advantage because now there's less people with that. So that's less competition for us to be successful. So, I mean, in a sense, I really don't even mind it because it's like, I don't want more competition in the field that we're trying to go into. If there was more people like us, it would be tougher to make it. So it's like that double-edged sword where, yeah, we want society or we want those things to be more present, but it's like, hey, like if you guys don't want to live that way or you guys want to, you know, confined by these new Gen Z ways of life, go for it.
Yeah.
Let us know how far that takes you, because the ones that have made it over time, and like you said, I mean, the athletes you named, and I mean, that's just athletes. Like, think about the people in like creative spaces, like the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls, Gary Vee, you know, Steve Jobs. Like, bro, these guys had that fire and that edge too.
Right.
They didn't fucking abide by anything else other people said. So it's like, it's really just, it's just an advantage. So, I mean, the less people that have it, more fun for us.
Well, I would say like, not even like, I was saying that not even like to think about us. That is true. I would say that it's unrealistic to think that everyone would get that, but I do believe that it would be good for society for more people to have that competitive edge, just because like rising tides lift ships, you know. And I'm more so speaking just for like the society in general. Like, it's a damn shame, bro, how many people I come across that are lost, that the life is sucked out of them, especially past 25. You know, and it's crazy because we're seeing it now. And like, I feel inside myself that I'm like on purpose. I'm on passion. I'm on fire, bro. I'm fucking fired up, you know? And I'm seeing all these kids. They're like, yeah, I got this project management job. Yeah, I got a girl. You want to go to the Giants game? You know, it's like, and I see these, and I'm not saying that to be a dick, but I am saying it to say that I can very much, as a spiritual person, I'm very aware that there's two paths to go down. Though there's thousands of paths to go down in life, but let's just say this is your passion, this is your purpose, and this is like average mediocrity, normal humanness, what everyone else wants for you. And 99% of people do this. And the 99% of people that do this work for the 1% of people that do this.
Yeah, I mean, but that's why there is that 1%, because
Yeah.
that's the decision you have to make in life.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the times people make the mistake by comparing where they're at to other people in their age range,
Right.
or even younger than them. Because it's so easy now on social media to look at the guy next to you, and you know, the post you see is like he's doing some bullshit, right? And you're like, oh, I'm doing better than him. And then the next scroll, it's a dude 2 years younger than you, and he's riding around in a Porsche with a fucking Rolex on his wrist.
Right.
And it's like, damn, now you feel terrible. So you fight these battles of highs and lows of what other people are doing around you is dictating how you feel about yourself. And you can't live like that, because everyone's on their own race. They're on their own journey. They're on their own path. So if you always judge what the next person is doing in comparison to yourself, you're always going to be in this rat race of trying to chase the next man. And I don't think we can live like that, where you need to do, like you said, what brings you purpose and what brings you passion, or you will be in that 99% working for the 1%.
Yeah.
And I mean, we think about it all the time, where I get it. You know, we see it so much in the comments. Well, we need people to work. We need people to do these jobs. I was just driving past the school, right? It's Tuesday morning.
Right.
On my way here at 8:30 in the morning. There's just a lady, the crossing guard.
Yeah.
She's sitting there, fucking jacket, hat, gloves. It's like, that's it. That's what you're like. Like, you sit there and walk 5 to 7 year olds across the street at the local elementary school in 35 degrees in Long Island, New York, and like, that's it. And I get it. Somebody has to do it. I understand that. But to think that like you were put on this earth to only do that, it almost bothers me, because there's so much more in these people, and it gets balled up, and they never get to reach their max potential because of, I guess, what life is thrown at you. But a lot of people like to blame other people or their situation for why they are at where they're at. And you have to understand that you are exactly where you are because of you. There's no one else in control of your life. Every decision you have made up until this point has put you in the shoes and in the place of your life where you are, the good and the bad. If you fuck up and you're in a shitty situation, everything you did up until that point, you brought yourself there. And then you can say the same things for the good things in your life. You got an abundance of money. You got a nice car. You have a nice house. You're doing something, you know, in a way that brings you happiness and money. You put yourself there. So it's like all these people that complain and we see it in the comments all the time. Bro, it's like you can let life, you know, dictate where you go, or you can take control of your ship and you can be the captain of your own ship and dictate where you go.
I completely agree. The number one thing, if you want to change your life, like let's say you're coming across this clip, you're coming across this podcast, whatever, and you're like, man, you feel not from this episode, but you've been feeling dearly for a while. Like, hey, I need to change my life. How many of us have those feelings with our friends? Hey, let's get on the whiteboard. Let's start a new diet. Let's wake up earlier, right? We do it for a day. We don't do it. The number one thing that I would say, bro, to do in order to change your life is to just take blame and fucking get rid of it. Get rid of blame, bro. Because if you're accountable for all your actions, when you fuck up, you don't have a cop-out, you know? When you eat that fucking Ben and Jerry's late at night, you can't say, oh, it's because I grew up and mom gave me Ben and Jerry's, you know? When you get jealous in a relationship of someone, you can't say, oh, it's because my girlfriend wears these crazy dresses and all of her ex-boyfriends are crazy. It's like, dude, you're causing that. That jealous, and this is another thing that I feel like, just with relationships, to switch the topic. Because I'm seeing it inside myself, because I'm talking to a female right now. I'm talking to a girl 2 weeks, and jealous emotions are coming up. So I'm sitting there like, yo, this had nothing to do with her. I've been talking to her for 2 weeks. There's jealousy inside me, right? You are what you attract. Whatever is inside of you is what's going to come out. Bro, if I take a fucking orange, right, and I squeeze a fucking orange, what's going to come out of it? Orange juice. Orange juice. Can pineapple juice come out of it? Apple juice? Mango juice? What about a little vodka? What if I take that fucking orange, right, and I squeeze it at 1 p.m.? What if it's 12 p.m.? What if it's 11 a.m. after a shift? What if my girlfriend's on the period and I squeeze the orange? Is pineapple juice going to come out? No. Orange juice is going to come out. Because whatever comes outside of you is what's already inside. So that's why I push for love and harmony and abundance and fruition and positivity and work ethic and grind and grit and tenacity. Because whatever is inside of you is what's going to come out.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from your childhood and the things that you've seen and the things that you've been through. We take our childhood for granted a lot, and we dismiss a lot of the things that happened at such a young age. Bro, those things carry with you throughout your life. What you learn between, you know, the ages of say 8 to 18, that's almost like who you are. That's everything you learned in that period. Like, you can't just cut ties with all your memories and everything you've learned and all the knowledge and all the things you've seen and the relationships that you've been through. Those literally like mold you into the person. And then, yeah, as you become an adult, you make minor tweaks and you lose some bad habits and you start to pick up on new things. But I mean, a lot of the times we almost just dismiss everything like, oh, that's not who I was. And then when you look back, you're like, yo, I've been doing this shit for fucking 10 years now. I've always been this person. And that's why I like to say, like, people are who they show you. Like, people don't change. Like, yeah, you can change habits and you can change your personal situation at times, but usually when you meet somebody, who they are is what they show you from the start. People don't really change.
Right.
And like you said, like everything that's inside of you is what you release.
Yeah.
So it's like if you've had these things balled up over time, or you've had these insecurities and you've had this way of thinking, it's really hard to get out of that because you've done it for so long. We're creatures of habit. Everything we do over time, it's instilled in the way we think. It's instilled in our subconscious mind. That shit doesn't change. You need to go through like a hard reset, 21 days to break a habit of just cold turkey stopping something, stopping the way you think, stop fucking drinking, smoking, eating like shit. All those things play a part. And these habits have stemmed from, a young age. And we were like the lab rats of the social media. So we were the first generation with iPhones.
Yep.
and Blackberries and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. We don't know how our minds have been dictated and how they're going to operate when we're 40 after, 25, 30 years of, the blue light on our phones and looking at it 24/7. You and I probably spend too much time on our phones, and to the average person, I don't even think we spend that much in comparison. So it's kind of tough to, like you said, get rid of those feelings and stuff like that, because it's like it's been engraved in who we are since we were fucking kids.
And that's why I push the way I do for spirituality, bro. Because you will never change yourself if you are not a self-aware person. There's this quote, habits rule the unreflecting herd, right? If you're an aware person, right, and you have a habit, at least you can take action on it. And then if you're really aware, every single time you do that negative habit, you'll notice it. So at least you can play the game of, okay, I'm doing it again. Let me not do it. Okay, I'm doing it again. Let me not do it. If you're not self-aware, if you never spend any time in stillness and meditation, then all these habits are going to rule the unreflecting herd. They are going to rule you. And that's where people get into drug addiction and this and that and all these problems where they don't even have control of their life anymore, where their addictions and their negative habits and all these things have completely taken over them. And that's why you can meet someone, you haven't seen them in 10 years and maybe they go off and start doing drugs, and you meet up with them and they're just like a totally different person. And they are a totally different person. Who they are is probably still inside somewhere, but they've been doing all these negative habits and all these drugs for 10 years that it's consumed them like venom, like the fucking Venom suit, happened in fucking Spider-Man 3. Tobey Maguire put the Venom shit on. All of a sudden, bro, you start doing all this negative shit and you don't even notice it. And it's bad, bro. It's not cool to do negative shit. You fucking hurt people. You fuck up society. You leave a comment on a video of us and, talk this major shit. Cool with us. What, you do that to a 7-year-old girl, though? What's she gonna do? You can get serious, bro. So it's like, I don't think it's cool to be unreflecting.
No. Yeah, I mean, that's like the famous quote, hurt people hurt people. So it's like people that are going through these, traumas or whatever internally, they like to bring that out as well. So it's not always the good things that show, right? Like if you have this fire, this passion, this desire, inside of you, you can use that energy towards something positive. It's the same thing on the retrospect of that, where it's like, if you have all this hatred and this sadness and this, negative energy inside of you, you're going to release that. So a lot of the times, I think when people say bad things about other people or they try to bring other people down, it's not personal all the time, but it's something inside of them that's almost forcing them to do that because they want to feel like an equal, right? If they feel some level of like, if they think someone feels some level of like entitlement or empowership to them, they want to bring people back down to earth. They want people to feel how they feel. And I don't know what that feels like. And, you know, there's times where I want to stop, like, even like everyone talks shit, but like just stop talking about people. People need to do that. Stop talking about every single person. Stop talking about what other people are doing. Stop trying to talk shit about someone else or talk about the next person and what they're doing. Just worry about yourself. If you can just have that self-awareness and cut out all the bullshit and just worry about what you have going on in your immediate circle, I think like better things will start to come into your life. If you're always talking down on other people's situations, or you talk about other people to get away from your own mind, to not even to not worry about yourself, to not talk about yourself because you feel like shit about yourself. So what you do, you use it as a coping mechanism to talk about other people to make yourself feel better. And in the end, all that does is make you feel worse about yourself, because all you're doing is spewing this negative energy on everyone else. What do you think that does to you internally? Bro, that shit brings you to the lowest of lows. And then when you're sitting in bed by yourself scrolling on your phone, you feel like shit. You feel no motivation to do anything because all you're doing is bringing negative energy to you and the people around you. And you can't have that, because then you'll go down that slippery slope. You'll go down that road of no return. And we need to stop doing that as people. Like, we need to stop talking about everyone else. Just worry about what you have going on. Do it for 6 months. Do it for a year. Let's see how far you come. Let's see how far, you know, you can take whatever, all that energy, and just apply it towards something positive. Apply it towards something productive. It could be a game changer. And I know, like, we need to do that, and I need to do that personally, where it's just like, stop worrying about everything else that doesn't fucking matter. Because in the end, like, all this shit is like bullshit that we worry about, that we think about. None of the shit matters, bro. The only thing that matters is you, your immediate circle, your family, your significant other, whatever it may be. Worry about that and put all your energy towards that.
Exactly, bro. Nobody dies from a snake bite, right? Like, you can't die from a fucking snake bite. It's not the bite that kills you, it's the poison, right? So when you talk shit about someone else, or you do anything that, right, that self poisons you, like, that's how you die. You know, it's and that's why it sounds like hard assy to be like, never talk shit about anyone else. Yeah, you're gonna talk shit. Yeah, you're gonna lie. Yeah, you're gonna slip up, watch porn, whatever it is, you know. But it's like, it's that serious, because, you know, again, you get, like, it's you do enough emotional damage to yourself by all these negative habits, and it'll kill parts of you. I've literally, we you know, and I said it before, I've seen it. I've seen so many people, bro. It's just they do these things over and over and over and over. Imagine poisoning yourself over and over and over and over and over. And that's the shitty thing about addiction. Addiction is like, you can't get enough of what you fucking despise. That's addiction. And And in some ways, like, I wouldn't even know really how to combat that. The best way, in my opinion, to combat addiction would be like to not even get there in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard because you can talk about all the things you want. You can imagine it. You can try to manifest it. You can try to do all these things, but then when it comes down to it, it's so easy to be like, yo, this is my last time. One more time. I'm just going to do this, you know, this will be the last time I do this. Yeah. And then, you know, you could go 2, 3, 4 days and then you find a reason to do it again.
Yep.
And that's the difference with anything in life, where it's like anything good or bad you're doing, if you don't stay consistent, you will never get out of that rut. You'll never get out of that lifestyle because you don't do it long enough to get it out of your life. I want to go to the gym every day. I want to drink a gallon of water every day. I want to read 10 pages a day. If you can't do it for at least 21 days straight, that's how to build a good habit or break a habit. then it's never going to stick. It's never going to be part of who you are. And the same goes for the bad things in life. Like stop smoking, stop drinking, stop doing drugs. You can't associate yourself with those bad habits. We talked about it on one of our previous episodes where, you say, no, I don't do this, right? You're still associating yourself with that, but you have to tell yourself, no, I'm not a smoker. I'm not a drinker. I'm not this. So you can create, in your own subconscious where you don't even put yourself in the same world as those things that is happening to you, right? Or the things that you keep trying to do. And I don't know. I mean, like, obviously you and I have never dealt with like that level of addiction. So I couldn't even really, like you said, like I couldn't give advice to someone or try to tell someone like, hey, like this is how you do that, because I've never been in that situation. But I can only say that I think it's the things prior to that addiction that have brought you to that point. It's all the things, that you have gone through that have led you to feeling you need to do that. You don't need to, you want to. And people trick their minds into thinking they need something. And there's only a few things you really need in life. There's a lot of things people want.
Right. I completely agree. And you almost never want to be in a situation where you need something, because then you're dependent on it. And if it's stripped away from you, then you die. Or, maybe you don't die, but like then you're seriously fucked up. Happens in relationships all the time. Yeah. Happened to me. My ex-girlfriend came at a time in my life where I was very vulnerable. I was in bed for 6 months with a back injury. She was doing all my cooking, doing all my laundry. When I would be sad, she'd be there to console me, this or that. And that's why I tell men, like, dude, be careful how much energy you're giving to your woman. Make sure you're doing your own shit, because she starts fucking you, bro. She starts becoming your therapist, starts becoming your fucking laundry thing, taking you to the doctor, this or that. And the odds of a relationship working out, we know the odds, I'm not saying go into a relationship thinking it's not going to work out. Always think it's going to work out. Always be an optimist in any situation ever. But odds are, like, it's probably not going to work out.
Yeah.
And if she's doing everything and then she goes, you're going to go through a fucking very tough time. But on that note, and I almost want to talk about how good going through a tough time can be, because I think it's one of the really only ways to stop doing something or change. Like I said it all the time, like in high school, like my boy Pete dated this girl, fucking terrible relationship, like it should have ended, and it dragged on for years. How many people are in relationships that just drag on? They know they shouldn't be in it. And the only time it ends is when, like, it has to get to a point where it's so bad, so traumatic, that you walk into your partner fucking your best friend. Like, that's the only thing that could end this relationship, And that's why, and again, this is like side topic, but that's why I believe in a little bit of trauma and things happening. Because it's like, dude, like, you're so fucked up as a person. Like, you can't change, dude. You can't change. You can't leave this person. You need them. They need to fuck you up, right? In order for you to, now I have to deal with the pain.
Yeah. A lot of people wear blinders. They try to block out the things that are so inevitable, and it's right in front of your face. They do whatever to block it out, to not see it, because they don't want to believe it. They don't want to think that this isn't working. They don't want to think that we can't find a way to make this work. And I feel like that happens, like you said, that happens in relationships all the time, because you believe so much in someone, and you believe in a situation so much in a relationship, you think there's no other way, your life should play out. You think that this is it. Think about how many times, I'm sure you've done it, and I know I've done it. Every relationship we've been in when we were in high school or when we were kids, bro, you're telling each other you love them. You're talking about marriage. You're talking about all this shit. Right. And it's like, bro, you guys are 16, 17, 18. And it's like, we don't know what the fuck is really going on. And I mean, I know from experience, from me personally, I dealt with a lot of I wouldn't say relationship issues, but like commitment issues and getting close to people. Well, getting close to, say, a female in general is because I dealt with loss at such a young age. So I hated getting close to someone and then losing them. So I always used to shy away from that, and I didn't want to get close to people. And even when I did, you know, I I would become dependent. I would be like, because I lacked that female love and attention from losing my mom at 12, you know, and then when I would get it from a girl or a girlfriend, obviously it's a different type of compassion, a different type of love, but it's still that energy that a woman can bring to a man. It's you can't really explain it, right? Like there's a reason men and women coexist. Like we're each other's like perfect opposite. So I would struggle with that when like a relationship wouldn't work out, bro. Like it would crush me, right? Like it would kill me. And like this was like high school, 17, 18, 19-year-old shit, when it's like, you know, I mean, I probably 9 times out of 10 wasn't going to marry that girl. Wasn't going to be with them for the rest of my life. But to go back to the beginning of the podcast, the things that happen to us at a young age carry with us throughout our lives. Yeah. So me dealing with the loss of my mom and that woman love, it affected a lot of my relationships because I became so dependent on that because I never had it. So it would make me fucking like lose my shit when, you know, when I would break up, when we would break up, right? Or like if I didn't have that person in my life, because I did become dependent on what they brought me. And as you get older, yeah, you can grow out of these things. And I think I know I have up until this point, but bro, that's tough, you know? Yeah. And it's a situation that, like you were saying, like things have to happen in relationships in life, like for you to fucking find out the truth, to find out, like, sometimes you have to get knocked out. You have to get punched in the face to understand, like, shit. Like, all right, now I see it. Right. When all the people around you probably are telling you, yo, like, shit's not working out. Yo, this is toxic. Yo, you can't be doing this. Yo, she's not a good fit. Whatever the situation may be, your family sees it. Your closest people around you see it. But you put on these fucking blinders because you only believe what you want to believe.
And that's the shame of life for people that go through life trying to be safe and secure and avoid these traumatic experiences. Because like you try to be safe, right? You're going across a line like this, right? And odds are like you never really stay the same. If anything, you kind of just, you're doing this and you don't even realize it, right? The cool thing about like going through a shitty experience is like, yeah, you'll go from here to fucking here, right? But you get through that and then you go you fucking excel past it, and then you do, and then you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it fucking again, you know? And it's like, bro, like the person that's trying to be safe, like they're fucking still doing this. Yeah. They're still doing this. And you're over here growing like a beast every day, bro. You're learning fucking languages. You're moving to different places. You're dating different people. You're having different foods. You're trying new careers. You're learning. You're growing, right? Abundance is coming into your life. It all lines up. And that's why I fucking despise security, because it's like, what's secure about not pushing the needle forward? What's secure about not getting after it? I wouldn't be able to do it. And what is security? Watching a Monday Night Football game? Working 60 hours a week? Having a wife that you guys really aren't that passionate about? Living in a house where the taxes are like way too high? So you really can't even afford much of anything? Maybe like 1 or 2 vacations a year? You can't really, if you go to a restaurant, you're making $150,000 a year. Security is $150,000 a year at best. And you still can't go to a restaurant, you go to a steakhouse, you're kind of sweating the bill a little bit. How much is that steak? You know? When someone reads you the specials, so how much is that? You know how stupid I felt, bro? Like I was in a very expensive clothing store this past week. And I was I'm looking at the prices. And I'm like looking around like, I hope no one sees me looking at the prices, because I don't. I'm not saying I don't belong there yet, but like I know there's people in there that just don't look at the prices, and I'm over here like, you know, so that's not living like that, bro, isn't safe to me, bro. It more so just seems like it's a lost life, and you only got one shot at it. So why not fucking reach for the fucking stars, shoot for the moon, envision this lifestyle that is everything you could ever imagine, and God will give you more. And you look back, and we've said this before. It's like, I know for a fact that we're gonna be in Greece, drinking out of coconuts, funny hats on. Fucking stupid open toe sandals. Maybe that's not your vibe. It's my vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not my vibe.
but that's what I'm saying is like I don't even know what goes through people where they get so away from their dreams, and they get so away from what could be possible for them, and so away from optimism that they become this like, not only do they think that they can't do it, but then when they see one of their friends doing it, they talk shit about them, or they put them down, or maybe they try to get in their head. And I never understood why people are like, yo, if something is important to you, keep it close to you, right? Don't like, they call it I was speaking to some kid today. He's from like Uzbekistan, like Russia. He's like, in my culture, there's this thing called the evil eye. When something good is going for us, we don't tell people about it in the community, because they have this negative energy that they put on things, right? They put a fucking spell on you. And I'm so much in the opposite way. I want to tell everyone, but now I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe if something is important to me, let me keep it a little more to myself, because these people have negative opinions, and it can harm you. But I do think you have to rise above that, rise above thought, rise above the noise. Be so seated in confidence. And what do you think makes you confident? Going through hard shit. So again, if you avoid the hard shit, you're not going to be confident.
Yeah, I mean, bro, life is a battle of highs and lows.
Yeah.
If you try to, just stay that steady plane, like you said, what do you learn? You won't know how to handle any type of success if you haven't been through the shit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want, the best for your life if you haven't been at the bottom. And I think the people that only make, that make it without going through anything, they don't last, because they've never been battle tested. And being battle tested, honestly, it creates a character. It creates a person that understands how to value the best things in life and the worst, because you've been through it. You can see, when people are struggling. You can see when someone's going through it, because you've been there. You can relate. It makes you more relatable. It makes you more likable. The people that, got, fucking handed everything in life. What happened?
Oh no, I thought for a second I didn't my bad. I thought for a second I formatted the card and I didn't have the shot, but I have the shot.
What?
From the last episode.
Oh.
Yeah, it fucking tripped me out. No, we're good. Yeah.
I was like, bro, is there someone behind me?
No.
I was like,
what did my face just do? Clip that.
I know.
What did I think that was just
I was like, what the fuck just happened? You look traumatized.
Well, bro, it was such a good app we shot last time. Yeah, I also have to pee really bad, bro. So finish the statement.
No, yeah. I mean, I was just saying, like, bro, like when you go through hardships and you go through, the bad times in life, it makes you more relatable to everyone, because you've been at the high and you've been at the lows, and that's what life is all about. If you don't try new things and you don't step outside your comfort zone, you're just going to stay right in the middle. And what kind of life is that? You're just living to be mediocre. And that, I feel like that's no way to live, because when you're at the end of your life, like, you're going to live in fucking regret, and you're going to wish you went out and tried new things.
Bars. I have a funny story, but I don't know if it's inappropriate.
What happened?
Because it's so like, I had a little bit of a date fail happen the other day
With Nika?
Yeah, so I don't know, like, I don't know if I tell it like it's funny, and I'm thinking, like, if we're like yo, like, what's your biggest date fail? Let us know in the comments. because like, dude, this is like such a fail, bro. It was bad.
I mean, if you want to tell it.
Yeah. All right. So so I'm gonna tell the story, and how you'd have to clip this is you'd have to like put on the top like, what's your biggest date fail, you know, or like caption it like that.
Yeah.
And because they're gonna get it from here, which will be taken out of context. All right, bro. So I've been talking to this girl who I like very much fuck with, bro, and yeah, I don't have to go into like who she is or what she does, whatever, but like, basically I had a very important date this 2 days ago in New York City, and I was gonna meet all of her friends, so I did the whole thing, got the haircut, got the outfit, I'm feeling fucking good, you know what I'm saying, get the car washed, drive to the city. And I'm not usually too nervous on dates, but I have noticed like if you are nervous on a date, it'll fuck the date up, so that's why people usually have a drink, and it's good to have a drink, have a drink, whatever. But anyway, so I get to her apartment, and in the city, I drive like an hour and a half to the city, and I drink a lot of water, bro. So I like really have to pee at this point, So I'm sitting there, and it's raining outside, so I can't, and I'm also in the middle of the city, so it's like I always had a problem peeing in the city because I don't want to pee on a fucking building and there's people walking by. So I'm like, all right, like I'll pee in a bottle, but I got a car wash, so I can't pee in a bottle. There's no more bottles in the car. So I have like this like little pre-workout like cup. So the whole of it is not big enough, So I take this Red Line pre-workout, right? And I put my penis inside this bottle, and I go to pee, and just as soon as I start, bro, it just goes just all over me, and I'm like, oh. So I stop, right? Like I don't even get to pee. And now, bro, there's pee all over my pants, bro. I spent all this time putting cologne on. I'm like, yo, what am I gonna fucking do, bro? So I get out of the car. I grab another bottle, but then I'm like, yo, I'm kind of thirsty. So I forget, because now I'm all nervous, that in that bottle I peed in it. So I go to pick up the bottle, and as I'm about to sip it, I go. I spit it out, and I'm like, bro, I almost just drank my own pee because of my nerves. So I'm sitting there, bro, there's pee all over myself. I haven't peed. I'm in the city. I'm all fucked up. Long story short, I ended up figuring it out, but like I carried that energy. Like I ended up meeting her friends, and like normally I'm like really outgoing, bro, and I'm sitting there like with her friends, like, So that was the worst like date fail, bro, I've ever experienced. Maybe let us in the comments, like, yo, have you guys ever had like a crazy date fail?
Right. That's funny. I haven't had a date fail like that, but
we picked it up. Like the date ended up becoming
right.
Really good.
No. Yeah.
But I'm sitting there. I'm like, bro, like I need fucking gum.
Just the initial. Yeah. The getting there. Right. I remember last year, because I obviously I drink a lot of water too, beyond creatine and shit like that. Right, so it's like, I remember it was my first game of the season last year. We were playing Brooklyn College, and COVID was the year before that. So I haven't been like game day. When you hop on the bus, like you should probably take a piss before you get on the bus, because like there's no bathroom. We're on fucking like travel vans. And I'm on the bus, and there's like we're leaving at like 4:00. It's like a 7:00 game, and we're on the Belt Parkway, and it's fucking bumper to bumper. And I'm sitting there, and like I gotta pee, but I'm like, oh, I'm good. And then I hold it a little longer, and then like I try to doze off, and I can't sleep because I gotta pee really bad. Right. And I'm like looking, and I'm like, bro, like we're not even close. I'm looking at my phone. It says we're an hour and 26 minutes away. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna make it. And I'm like, yo, coach, I gotta pee, like, right. And like, dude started like laughing. Yeah. I'm like, no, like I gotta go, and like he's like, man, come on, man, like, I'm like, all right. So bro, like we're getting into Brooklyn, and then now, like, bro, like now it's hurting, like now like I feel my bladder, and like, bro, like I'm like pressing, and I'm like holding, I'm like,
I wish the camera can see your legs.
Like, bro, like like guys know, like when you have to pee, you fucking like do that little cross, you just squeezing, And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fuck, bro. And then we get into like the heart, like now we're in like downtown Brooklyn, We finally get off the Belt Parkway. We're in Brooklyn. We're in like Bed-Stuy. And I'm like, yo, coach, like, pull over, bro. I gotta piss. Like, no joke. I'm in the back of the fucking van too. So, bro, like, I'm like, bro, pull over, bro. Like, I'm about to. So, like, bro, he pulls over. I fucking like jump over 4 rows of seats. I fucking get out, and bro, I sprint. I see Walgreens. Sprint into Walgreens. Yeah. I'm like, yo, where's your bathroom? Where's your bathroom? Where's your bathroom? Right. She's like, we don't have one. I'm like, bro, I know you have a bathroom. I'll buy whatever after. I don't care. I'll buy something, but let me go take a piss. Yeah. She's like, no, like, we really don't have one. I'm like, fuck. So, bro, I sprint out. I'm like looking across the street. Traffic's coming. I see Burger King, Popeyes. Sprint across the street. Cars. And I'm fucking, I run into the bathroom. I'm like, yo, bathroom. He's like, right there. I go, door's locked. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yo, I need the key, bro. Bro, like, at this point, like, bro, like, I'm in pain. Yeah. And, like, bro, like, he tosses me the key. I'm fucking, like, shaking.
Especially now that you're getting close to, like,
going, I know. Like, I'm right there. Yeah. And, bro, like, I fucking, like, I open the door. Bro, I pee. Bro, I piss. And I had to piss. And as it's piss, like, as I'm pissing, bro, it's like excruciating pain in my bladder. Like, I've never felt this before in my life. Bro, after I pee, bro, I collapsed. What? On the floor in Brooklyn, bro. I couldn't move. Something in my bladder or my I don't know what it was. Bro, I thought I was like about to have like bladder failure, kidney I don't know what was going on. I thought that like maybe kidney stone. I don't know. And bro, I'm on the floor in Brooklyn, like paralyzed in a Popeyes before my first college game. And I'm laying there on the ground. I'm texting my teammate like, yo, I'm not good, bro. He's like, where are you? I'm like, bro, I'm in like Burger King. And like, bro, like this is not good. And bro, like I'm on the floor for maybe like 5 minutes. I couldn't move. Like my legs gave out. And I'm like just laying there. And I fucking, so weird, bro. And like I get up. I'm like trying to take a deep breath, and I fucking like limp out of there, like give the guy the keys back, and like I walk to the van, bro, and I'm just like, I look like I saw a ghost, and they're like, bro, are you good? I'm like, nah, like I'm not good, bro. Like I lay in like the back seat and fucking, I didn't really even do too much of pregame, and like I ended up playing. Never happened to me again, but that was like one of like my worst piss moments ever.
Drop a comment if you ever had a bad piss moment. Thank you for watching the Journey podcast. We hope you guys have been enjoying the new sauce we've been putting on it. We've been wearing outfits, having on bigger guests, really fucking, we have the shores, taking it serious. And we got a whole lot of really dope shit. I think we have next month combined following. All of our guests have like 20 million plus on their social platforms. So we're bringing the heat, we're bringing the energy, and you already know how we're coming.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching, supporting. Go follow on TikTok. If you can't have the attention span to be here, well, then you probably wouldn't even be hearing this. But if you are, and
share it to people. Share it. Yeah, 100%.
If you've only been watching the long content, and you want some quicker, quick hits, TikTok is the place to be.
Bang. And get on TikTok too. Cut.